recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's start. 5.
Good evening. As you watch the evening news, they report that a 7-year-old girl stopped breathing at school and that she had to be resuscitated. The paramedics were called and they had to resuscitate her, and she was transported to a local hospital to get a blood transfusion. Now, some of you this story might sound familiar because at 7-year-old, she was my daughter Michelle. An infection settled in her heart and it caused an aneurysm, and by the time they found it, the doctors told me that she needed a blood transfusion before they could perform open heart surgery. And at that time, my mind was chaotic because of so much going on. But one of the things that I remember thinking was blood transfusion. Do they have enough blood, first of all, and is it safe? Because this is my 7-year-old daughter. Now, if you can't imagine my situation, maybe it's your child that needs a blood transfusion. Maybe it is your mom or your dad that just got diagnosed with cancer, or your best friend got into a car accident and he needs some blood, he or she needs some blood donated. Now, although you might not know everything that entails with donating blood, but one day it can save your life or your loved one's life. And today I'm going to discuss, I want to sit here and try to persuade you to go donate some blood. Now, I have a chart up here. According to the American Red Cross, they have 18% of people that have leukemia, bone marrow, that need blood. You have 15% that have gastrointestinal blood loss that's not cancer related. 14% are orthopedic and urology. 13 are other surgeries. Yes, 13% are hereditary and nutritional, like anemia, that need blood. You have 12% that are trauma, such as the car accidents. You have 11% that are cardiac care patients, like the ones like my 7-year-old daughter. And then there's a 4% that are OBGYN that need blood. Now, I want you guys to take a closer look at the recent mass shootings that happened in Colorado. And I know everybody's probably tired of hearing about it, it's on the news. But I want to use them as an example, a prime example of the gunman going crazy. He's shooting up everybody and as you watch the news, and I know I've seen it in the news, all the people that were shot that had just blood all over them. They had 12 that lost their lives, 59 that are wounded, and 8 in critical condition. Now, those 8 in critical condition, I'm pretty sure, needed blood at one point or another. And according to the American Red Cross, every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood. And the number of people that actually receive blood in the United States is 5 million people. That's a lot. Now, I know with all that on the news, some of you are probably thinking, okay, yeah, who cares, because it's been all over the news lately. But let's take a closer look to home, where we are. We live next to the world's largest military installation, Fort Hood. Back in November 5th of 2009, a gunman went crazy, shooting up soldiers, innocent people, not soldiers, civilians as well, soldiers, civilians on Fort Hood. He killed a total of 13 people and wounded 29 people on Fort Hood. Now, the helplessness that we felt that day, I think it still echoes through our lives. And even though you might not feel like you can't do anything about it, you can donate blood. Because some of those people that were shot and killed or wounded, they may have needed blood at one point too. And some of those people may have been your military battle buddies that you served next to. It might be somebody you call your brother, your sister. You had a pregnant lady in there too, unfortunately, that lost her and her baby's life. Now, with Colleen, its population as big as it is, the main population here is soldiers and their families, spouses and the kids. Now, If we sit back and ask ourselves, are we ready for another tragic event like that if it happens in our community as big as Colleen is? And if we are, or if we're not ready, you know, more lives can be lost. But the way you can help out our community is by donating blood today. Now, in those emergency situations, like those two tragic situations, their blood is already stocked on the shelves for the emergency. But more than 38,000 people still need blood every single day, even without those tragic events happening. In everyday life, the demand is high for blood. You have sickle cell patients that are 80,000 people that have sickle cell, and a lot of them need blood transfusions throughout their entire lives. You have 1 million people that are diagnosed with cancer every year. That's not counting the people that already have cancer. These are 1 million new people every year, and a lot of them have to go through chemotherapy, and some of them require blood transfusions almost on a daily basis. That's a lot of blood. One single car accident victim can require up to 100 pints of blood for one accident. Now that's a lot of blood needed in our everyday life. And a lot of these can happen right here. You know, a lot of them is so rushed to go home and get to work. You get into car accidents here locally, and you see it on the news, or those of you who like to ride motorcycles, you see that happening a lot in our area. So it's very important to try to help save someone's life by donating blood. Now, if you're still not sure of donating blood, it is a sterile process. They use a new needle every time you donate blood. It's 4 steps. You just go register, they take your medical history, you do a mini physical, and then you can donate blood. And then after that, you get some good refreshments after you donate blood. Now, the mini physical, all it is they're going to check your pulse. They're going to check your blood pressure and your pulse and your temperature to ensure that you're okay to give blood. And when you donate blood, it's roughly about 1 pint that you're going to donate every time you go in. And it's a short process. It usually takes about 10 to 12 minutes once you start donating blood. And all the blood is tested for HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, syphilis, and other infectious diseases before it's sent out to the hospitals for them to use. And everything you do there is confidential. Since blood cannot be manufactured, everything depends on you guys in the community going out to donate blood, because you could help save someone's life. And if you want to ask, well, actually, let me back up. Less than 38% of America's population is eligible to donate blood. Less than 38% of the entire American population is eligible to donate blood. That's not a very big percentage. You would expect in America, as many people as there are, maybe 50% of the population to be eligible, but it's actually less than 38%, which is pretty small. Now you ask, where can I go to donate blood? And this is what I want to show you. Here, I found out here, Metroplex. The Metroplex doesn't actually have a place for you to go donate. The Scott and White in Temple, they actually have a place where you can go donate blood on a if you're a regular donor, which is pretty good. I would expect Colleen, the Metroplex, to have some place on a regular basis, as many people as there are here. But you can go up to the Scott and White, and it's on the first floor. You can't miss it. It's in the North Tower to go donate blood. And you can't miss it if you're going to go look for the Blood Donor Center. Or you can call them to set an appointment. There's a 1-800 number. It's 1-877-724-HERO to donate blood if you're going to become a regular blood donor. Now, for those of you who feel like, I don't feel like driving all the way to Temple because it is kind of a distance, then you can go to their mobile units here. Actually, starting on July, they gave me a copy of their staff calendar for the mobile units that are here, and they actually travel around Central Texas to Killeen, Temple, Coppers Cove, Belton, Gatesville, Round Rock, Georgetown. And actually in Killeen this Friday, July 27th, they're going to be at the National Bank of Central Texas off of the Central Texas Expressway to 3 p.m. so you can go donate some blood. And then they actually have another one on the 30th of the 30th of July is Scott and White off of MLK, Scott and White Drive off of MLK. And then this is a calendar all the way up, and then as you can see, the ones that are highlighted in green are actually the ones here in Colleen that they're going to be at. And then they also have some in Coppers Cove, Belton, Temple. So I have a calendar to pass out to everybody here after the class so you can go donate some blood. Now, when you donate 1 pint of blood, it can save up to 3 lives. And it is a very rewarding way to help somebody. You could be potentially prolonging someone else's life. It might not be anybody you know specifically, but everybody has a family. So you could make a great impact by donating blood today. And I thank you for your time.